You know, when people first tell me that they're thinking about relocating to Winston-Salem, I usually get two reactions. First is excitement, because it's a beautiful city with a lot going on. And the second is nerves, because buying a home in a new city you're not familiar with, that can feel like a gamble. And listen, I get it. You've worked hard, you're successful, your credit is in a great place, and you can afford a home that matches your lifestyle. But even with all of that going for you, moving to a new city comes with its own set of challenges. And Winston-Salem, like any other place, has some unique ones that you need to be aware of. My name is Keon with Real Broker LLC. I live here, I work here, I help people buy and sell homes right here in the Triad. And I'm not here just to sell you a dream. I'm here to give you the full picture so you can make the right decision for you and your family. So whether you're making a move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. And if you got questions while you're watching, don't wait. Call or text me. My contact information is in the description box and I'm easy to reach. All right, so I wanted to sit down with you today to have a real conversation. It's about 5 costly mistakes that I see people make all the time when they're relocating here. Now, these are mistakes that can cost you money, time, and a whole lot of stress if you're not careful. And the last thing I want for you is to come here expecting one thing and then realizing 6 months down the road that you overlooked something that could have been avoided. So let's talk about it. All right, so the first big mistake that I see people make when they relocate to Winston-Salem is underestimating the neighborhoods. You'll be surprised how many times I meet people who say, Keon, I just need a nice house in a good area. But they really haven't thought about what kind of good area fits them. See, Winston-Salem isn't a one-size-fits-all city. You got places like Buena Vista, where the homes are classic, historic, and they carry that old money southern charm. But then you got Sherwood Forest, which is more of a suburban, family-friendly vibe. And if you're more into being close to the action, downtown has condos and townhomes that give you that walkability lifestyle. But here's the thing, not every nice neighborhood is gonna match your lifestyle. If you're flying in blind and just picking a home just because it looks good online, you might find yourself somewhere that doesn't really fit who you are day to day. And that brings me to mistake number 2. Not spending enough time getting to know the city before pulling the trigger. Now look, I know life is busy. You might be making this move because of a job transfer, or maybe you're just looking for a fresh start. And you want to get settled quickly. But rushing the process, that's where regret kicks in. Because when you relocate, you're not just buying a home, you're buying a lifestyle. Are you someone who needs a quick commute? Or are you the type who wants to live near golf courses, fine dining, or maybe some arts and culture? Winston-Salem has all of that, but you gotta take your time to align your priorities with where you choose to live. A 30-minute commute might sound fine until you realize traffic isn't your thing. Or maybe you thought you'll be fine in a quieter part of town, but you miss being able to grab that late night drink without a 20-minute drive. You gotta know what you're signing up for. Now, the third mistake, this one is sneaky. People underestimate the cost of renovation in those older homes. And Winston-Salem has some nice older properties, don't get me wrong. And honestly, they have a character that you just don't get in new builds. But here's the catch. With older homes come older systems. You might fall in love with that big front porch or that grand staircase, but if you're not careful, you can end up with a house that needs a brand new roof, HVAC, or plumbing sooner than you plan. And listen, those things add up quick. If you're relocating, you don't want your first few months in the city to feel like a never-ending construction project. I always tell my clients, don't just fall in love with the look of the house. Let's make sure that we really know what's going on behind those walls. Because there's nothing worse than dropping money on a dream home and then realizing you got yourself a money pit. The fourth mistake, not thinking long-term about your resale value. And I know, you might be thinking, Keon, I'm moving here to settle down. I'm not worried about selling. But here's the thing, life changes. You have career shifts, family dynamics shift, and opportunities pop up. And when they do, you'll want to make sure that your home that you bought is an asset instead of a liability. Certain areas in Winston-Salem appreciate faster than others. Some neighborhoods are hot now, but they might not hold that same value long term. And others are just starting to turn the corner. Meaning if you get in at the right time, your equity is going to grow. And if you're relocating and you're in a position to buy, you should always be thinking, how easy would it be for me to sell this place in 5 years if I had to? That mindset is what separates a smart purchase from an emotional one. And finally, mistake number 5, trying to do this process without local guidance. I don't care how many Zillow searches you've done or how many houses you've bookmarked. At the end of the day, real estate is local. Winston-Salem has its own quirks, its own micro markets, and things you just won't catch just scrolling online. You need someone who knows the neighborhoods, knows the builders, knows the traffic patterns, and can tell you, hey, this looks great, but it's priced too high for the area. Or, this one might not look like much, but this neighborhood is about to blow up. That kind of insight is what saves you money and helps you make the right move. And honestly, that's where I come in. Because at the end of the day, I want you to land in Winston-Salem feeling confident that you made the right choice. Buying a home should feel exciting, not stressful. And when you got someone who's walking you through the process, you're not just relying on luck, you're relying on strategy. So here's what I say. If you're serious about relocating to Winston-Salem and you want to avoid these mistakes, then give me a call or shoot me a text. Let's have a conversation about what you're looking for, what matters most to you, and how we can help make this transition as smooth as possible. You don't need to figure this out on your own. I've got the keys, both literally and figuratively, to help you make the best move for you and your lifestyle. So don't be that person that makes the same mistakes that I just talked about. You've worked too hard to let a rushed decision mess up your move. Reach out and let's make sure that the relocation to Winston-Salem is something that you look back and say, man, I nailed that. And if this video helped you out, even a little bit, then tap that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because I'm going to keep showing up with content that helps people just like you become confident, educated homeowners. I've got more deep dives coming, whether you're buying, selling, or just learning. And make sure you watch this video, as it will help you with your home search. And when you're ready to make that move, just remember, Keon has the keys. I'll see you in the next one.